This is Feed News Every Day, bringing you truth where it matters most. In today's most harrowing report, shocking allegations emerge from within the Israeli military, claiming that soldiers were ordered to open fire on unarmed Palestinians seeking food aid in Gaza. These claims, if confirmed, could amount to war crimes. Israeli soldiers ordered to shoot. Unarmed Gaza. Aid seekers. Alarming new reports from the Israeli newspaper Haaretz allege that Israeli soldiers were explicitly ordered by their commanders to use deadly force against unarmed Palestinians attempting to access humanitarian aid in Gaza. The investigation, published Friday, cites anonymous Israeli soldiers who say they were directed to fire machine guns from tanks, throw grenades, and shoot civilians, many of whom pose no threat whatsoever. One of the soldiers told Haaretz, "There was one incident where a group of civilians was hit while advancing under the cover of fog." In another statement, a soldier bluntly described their post as a killing field. According to their account, between 1 and 5 people were killed every day in the area where their unit was stationed in Gaza, simply while attempting to reach aid convoys. These accusations come as the Gaza Government Media Office released a devastating update. Since the start of recent aid operations, at least 549 Palestinians have been killed, and over 4,000 more injured, while waiting for food assistance. The food aid was being distributed by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, GHF, an organization created in May and backed by both Israel and the United States. But the GHF has been at the center of international criticism, with observers pointing to chaotic distribution methods, limited access, and lack of civilian protections at drop zones. Witnesses described desperate, starving families rushing toward convoys, only to be met with gunfire and explosions. In some cases, civilians were struck by tank rounds or grenades thrown into crowds. In response to the growing outrage, the Israeli military has launched an investigation into possible war crimes, according to Haaretz. This rare admission comes amid mounting international pressure, with human rights groups demanding full transparency, independent oversight, and accountability. Still, many remain skeptical. Critics argue that Israel's internal military investigations often end without meaningful consequences or justice for victims. The Israeli government has not publicly confirmed the orders described by the soldiers, nor has it addressed how commanders justified the use of deadly force in humanitarian zones. Human rights organizations, including Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, have condemned the reports as deeply disturbing and potentially criminal. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, expressed grave concern, stating that humanitarian corridors must be respected and that aid seekers should never be treated as combatants. Firing on unarmed civilians seeking food is a violation of international humanitarian law, said one OCHA spokesperson. The U.S. State Department has so far declined to comment on the report, though it is expected to face intense scrutiny for its support of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which is now under fire for failing to ensure the safety of civilians it aims to assist. As Gaza continues to suffer under siege and food scarcity reaches crisis levels, aid has become a matter of life and death for hundreds of thousands. But when those seeking help are met with bullets instead of bread, questions arise not just about war, but about the morality and legality of the conduct being carried out and supported by global powers. The people of Gaza are not just caught in crossfire. They are, according to this report, being directly targeted. If these allegations prove true, it may mark one of the most serious violations of international law in the ongoing Israel-Gaza conflict. This is Feed News Every Day. We will continue to monitor this story and bring you the truth as it unfolds, no matter how hard it is to hear. For more updates on the global headlines that matter, follow, like, and share. Thank you for listening.